All right, word on the street was June 29th. We're finally getting the first trailer for Robert Eggers Werwulf, and it came true. So the trailer is out now. Let's watch it and then talk about it after. Already starting off with the oh, that was a trailer before a trailer. But that Defoe smile, you know it's going to be good. All right, really cool aspect ratio and film grain going on.
Do not dread darkness.
Really enjoying this little witch action right there. Whoa. That child actor actually looks like Aaron Taylor Johnson young from Robert Eggers.
I heard of a raving beast that ravished his country.
The color grading is going hard right now.
Keep my husband safe from his cursedness.
Huh. Just got a dead body chilling in the woods. Are we gonna get any werewolf action? Transformation right there, maybe. Something's going down. Something's going down.
Soul is cursed. Thy kin are cursed. Thy world.
That reminded me of the Howling right there. That's awesome. Scarecrow looking guy. Dude, that was a very brief transformation there, so. Man, is he the werewolf? Was awesome. All right, I'm going to watch it one more time and then let's talk about it. Before we get started, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on the trailer. So, right off the bat, I'm excited for this. This has the potential to be one of, if not the best werewolf film that we've gotten. You know, we get a lot of vampire films, a lot of iterations of Frankenstein too, throughout, you know, from the 1930s to present day, obviously with Del Toro's most recent one. But when it comes to werewolf films, we never really get any, you know, and if we do, they're adequate. I can only think of a few. You know, The Howling is really good. Howling 2, I do have some fun with. That's fun, but it's more of that campy, cheesy fun. Perfect for the fall season. And then we also have, you know, The American Werewolf in London, which seems to be a personal favorite of a lot of people's. I probably prefer The Howling, honestly, over that one. Both of them do have very good practical transformations. And I think that's the key there, is having the practical transformation, which I hope they do here. And I'm pretty sure they're going to. And we got a little bit, just a little glimpse of that. And I'm actually happy they didn't show too much. You know, going in, I was like, I want to see it. But then I was like, you know what? No, I want to see it in theaters when that happens. So will I see another trailer after this? I'm weak when it comes to this movie. So maybe I'll watch one more of the trailer. But actually, after this footage, I think, you know, that's a good enough teaser right there for me. That's a good enough footage right there. And I'm excited to see this on Christmas. So yeah, so it starts off with young Aaron Taylor Johnson walking into a cave, and I can't help but think, is like that when this werewolf curse starts? You know, does he get cursed somehow as a kid? And it's kind of interesting to see how it's going to unfold. Is it going to be like a werewolf bite like we're used to, or is it going to be more of like a supernatural witch curse element? Because we saw a big fire pit, we saw people dancing, we even saw someone rising high above with the broomstick right there. So really excited about that. And one thing too that I was a little bit worried about this movie too is, so when it comes to Robert Eggers, we all know his attention to detail is chef's kiss, and it does transfer over to the dialect sometimes, and that can be rough. Like half of Nosferatu, you're like, what is Nosferatu even saying right now? You can, just because the accent's so thick and just the language, the old modern, not modern, but the old English language he uses tends to not translate as well. The Witch had a lot of that too, and I was hoping for like that authentic style that the Witch had, but also a little bit of the Northman, because the Northman was, you know, authentic at its time, the Viking time. It was authentic with the look of it, but it also had a language, didn't have that language barrier. You could, easily follow the dialogue going through that movie, unlike The Witch and Nosferatu. I don't remember having too much of a problem with The Lighthouse. I thought that one was balanced pretty well. So it looks like it's going to be in that realm too, where it's just enough to be like, okay, we're still in that age. We're still in that, authentic era. We're still keeping it authentic, but we're also being able to understand and follow along with the plot. So I was hoping for that kind of thing where it's like the look, the atmosphere, the whole vibe of The Witch, but also the brutality, the darkness, the violence, and the dialect of the Northmen. And it seems like that's what we're getting here, because Northman is probably, it is my favorite Eggers movie. That one blew me away. Did not know what to expect going into that one. I was just like, this goes hard. Really excited for this one. So yeah, it looks like we're getting that. And then as the press was coming out for this, Aaron Taylor Johnson, I didn't know what his character was going to be, but I didn't really think it was going to be the werewolf. And it looks like from this trailer, he's going to be the werewolf. So it's kind of interesting that route too, because I did kind of like the idea of him and, all these other characters in this old time village with brutality of the werewolf going on. It's kind of like maybe like elements of The Thing, where it's like the paranoia, who's the werewolf, who's this. So it'll be interesting to see how it's executed if he is the werewolf, and us going into the movie knowing he's the werewolf. So a little bit mixed on that at the start, but I think Eggers will be able to pull it off. I think he'll be able to still induce that fear, induce that dread and suspense, knowing he's the werewolf. And, it could work too, because Alfred Hitchcock even says the difference between, horror and suspense is, the suspense is knowing there's a bomb there and knowing the countdown for it, but the characters don't. So they could take that same lesson and be like, okay, well, we know he's the werewolf. These characters don't. It's only a matter of time before that full moon hits, and he becomes the wolf. And speaking of that, I love how this trailer opened up with the full moon. That's something Lee Winnell's Wolfman kind of didn't do too well. The more I sit on that movie, I've only seen it once in theaters and thought it was okay coming out of it, but the more I think of it, it's just like, yeah, that wasn't it. Like, yeah, sure, there's cool scenes here and there, but not enough to be like, I want to rewatch this again, and not enough to be like craving a werewolf movie. Let's put on the latest Wolfman. So I'm happy it's sticking to that mythology. I think that's what makes werewolves pretty interesting too, is just that full moon aspect. The second time I watched this trailer too, I actually heard the howl. I kind of missed that on the first run through. Everything was just coming so fast at me. But we got a little bit of the howl. We got a little bit of transformation. We saw blood splatter on someone's face. Could be a kill. Could be the Wolfman chomping down on a neck. Could be the werewolf, I should say, chomping down on a neck. Or it could be some great body horror going on with a very intense practical transformation. So a lot to love in this trailer. I'm excited. I'm glad it was, a good amount of footage. When I heard this trailer was coming out June 29th, I was expecting 30 seconds to a minute long, but we got a good 2-minute trailer. And I think it showed just enough to entice us, to keep us hooked and keep us counting down. And that being said, love the film grain, love the color grading on this. That winter scene was absolutely beautiful. Loved the whole film ratio too on this. Close quartered. Forget what ratio he was doing for this, but just that look too of all those kind of deformed pilgrimage looking people, New England people. I was like, Eggers, after this, let's get you on an H.P. Lovecraft adaptation. Let's get you doing The Shadow over Innsmouth, or let's get you doing something along those lines. But yeah, I'm excited. This is going to go hard. It looks like it has, like I said, Northman, the Witch, a little bit of Nosferatu with the dialect over the trailer. Like, don't fear the dark, don't dread the darkness, embrace it. So it's almost like all of his greatest hits mashed up in a blender and dumping it into the werewolf. So I'm excited. Interested to see what the final design of the werewolf will look like. Hopefully it's really, really cool. That whole fire pit scene too, person rising, that's the stuff I wanted in The Witch. That's why it's not my number one from him. The Northman is just executes everything best, has amazing visuals, goes hard, it's entertaining. It's just a masterpiece. And the witch is good. I liked it. It's better the second time I watched it, but it's one that I definitely respect more for how authentic it is, what he's trying to do, how he does it. That there. But when it comes to entertainment value, I'm throwing on the Northman. The Lighthouse was good too. I liked that one. That's probably my second favorite of his. It feels Lovecraftian, even though it's not, and it's just amazingly entertaining watching Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe just spiral down into madness. And then Nosferatu. I still need to rewatch that one, but I remember coming out of the theaters feeling pretty bored on that one. So hoping for another hit on Eggers. Really hoping for that. So, yep, that is my first initial reaction of this. Let me know again what you thought down below, and I'll see you guys in a video. I'm going to be filming my June 2026 ranking coming up here soon, so that should be my next video after this. This is a nice little little tease, let you guys know about the werewolf trailer. So if you're new to the channel, just coming across me, Movies with E. We cover a lot of variety of movies, but focusing on horror, thriller, action, bit of comic book hero movies. So be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with me. If you enjoyed the video, please give me that thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying these trailer reactions. I don't do too many of these unless they're movies I'm really excited for. So, and then as always, thank you for watching, and keep watching those movies, because those movies won't watch themselves.